Okay guys, today we're looking at the Cold Steel Broken Skull knife. There's a few different colors on the website, Cold Steel's website, and this is $140 on there. But obviously you can get it a little bit cheaper if you look on Amazon and eBay and stuff like that. So first off, it's a pretty big pocket knife. On the Cold Steel website, they show it in Stone Cold's hands. It looks like he's holding a pencil, but it's actually, this knife is 9 1/4 inches in overall length, and the blade is 4 inches, and the handle is 5 1/4 inches. So take a look at it. Yeah, that's how it is in my hand. That is a pretty big knife. I thought it'd be like a little pocket knife. Wait, let me show you what I thought it would look like. One sec. So I thought it would be like this, the Bear Grylls Gerber Compact Scout Knife. Thought it'd be like this size, but it's way bigger. So knives like these are pretty cool. It's a reliable knife, but for a self-defense situation, you actually need something like this. This would be perfect in a self-defense situation. I love the size of it. So that's how it looks on the outside on my belt, if you were to face it outwards. That's it on the inside. You can barely tell it's there. You can barely feel it. And you can put it on the inside of your pocket too. Like that. Doesn't really look like a knife. See? Let's see. Is it easy to flick out the knife? Yeah. You could easily do it with one hand. And yeah, you close it like this. Just unlocks the lock. Yeah, so you could easily open this with one hand. And the thing is, another issue I have is because I used to buy a lot of cheap knives, and then I started buying good quality stuff. When I would have knives on my belt, like one of those flea market knives, they would actually, like, after a while, they would get loose and they would eventually start opening like that. And then, you know, I would get stabbed in the leg, so, or on the hip. This, you won't have that issue. It's like a perfect balance. Like, it's not too tight that it won't come out. It's not too tight that it won't come out. But it's also loose enough so that you can actually flick this out. One second, someone's at my door. So another thing that I think is really cool, check this out. Once you're actually using the knife and you're holding it, and you have to, say for example, you have to use this in a self-defense situation. You're cutting something that's difficult to cut, whatever, you're opening up a box and it's tough. You have to put some pressure on it, you have to hold it tight. This will not bother you. Take a look at these other knives. If I had to use this knife, actually, this would be punctured into my hand. Like, this would hurt a lot. I would be bleeding by the end of this. Sort of like this, sort of same thing as with this as well. If I hold it tightly, if I grip it too much, if I put some pressure on it, this thing is going to really hurt my hand. I'm going to be bleeding. So that's one thing they took care of. They did a really good job on. Feel really comfortable. It's kind of like the clip isn't even there once you're gripping it. Really smart move on them, making a knife like that. It's really good. So the blade is made of American HXP powdered steel. It's a really good quality steel. It stays sharp longer and it's easy to sharpen. And the blade comes with a really sharp edge right out of the box. Let me show you. That is just razor sharp. That is amazing. Whoops. Yeah. And the blade is a clip point blade, you guys can obviously tell. It's really good for self-defense. So it's got the triad lock. It's really amazing, really strong. You could keep on thrusting this. You could stab this into wood, whatever it is. Use it in a self-defense situation. This will never come back on your hand. I guarantee you that. That's the thing you have to worry about. If you're going to carry like a flea market knife tag. One sec. So yeah, as I was saying, if you're going to carry a flea market knife, for example, something like this, this will most likely come back on your hand if you use it, if you put it through heavy use, and it'll cut your fingers. The blade will just ruin your fingers. So yeah, you got to really be careful with those cheap knives if you're actually you actually intend on using that in a self-defense situation. Just be careful. Buy something good quality. So the knife is really light. It's really smooth all around. It weighs 3.1 ounces. So you can carry it on you without having any issues, without it being too heavy, without being annoyed by it. As I said, you know, you probably won't even know it's there. And again, overall, it's a really good It's like the ergonomics on the knife is really good as well. It's perfectly shaped for you to get a good grip on it. And it has this little curve over here, so this will help in preventing, if you're thrusting straight down, this will sort of prevent your hand from actually cutting. I don't know how much it'll do, but you know, at least it's something. It's not straight up. So this will it'll fairly protect your finger. So overall, I'd say it's a really good knife for everyday chores like opening boxes and whatnot, but it can also be used as a really good and a really effective self-defense knife. Okay guys, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching.